Hello and welcome to our Gym Challenge League Challenge here in Cycloturtle in Pico Rivera, California. I am Dennis Geisler. We are here for some very fun Reg G. It's our second, I think, tournament of Reg G here. First regional weekend going on, and we've got a matchup between two of our most interesting team builders, I think, in the region. Vivianna Briano and Stavrakis. Vivianna running the Tinkaton, Arboliva, Galarian Slowking, Lapras, Infernape, and Calyrex Ice Rider. Nicholas running the Terapagos, Rillaboom, Humfey, Ogerpon, Wellspring, Incineroar, and Fluttermane. Right off the bat, for anyone who is new to seeing Vivianna's team on stream, probably going to see the lead being that Infernape and the Galarian Slowking. See that quite a bit, trying to get the Trick Room and the Chilly Reception up. Doing that by using Infernape with the Fake Out and the Overheat. See a little bit of a change here. It's got the Aura Sphere instead of the Close Combat as its extra move, just going full into the special attack, and yeah, you see it there. And we'll see how this team plays out with Calyrex on top of that with the Ice Rider. I've seen a little bit of this team before in Reg G with the Ice Rider, but some things have been changed. That's the thing we've seen a lot in Reg G here, is that some things have changed from the last time people were running Reg G. There's one very specific change that we've seen a little bit in this region. You might see it later today. Only like a third of people are running it at this tournament. I've heard people didn't want to come here because they knew it would be here, but we'll certainly see it on stream at some point. And you know what I'm talking about if you know what I'm talking about. In any case, Nicholas is going to lead with the Terapagos and the Ogerpon, and it is that Infernape Glowking on the other end. See the Terapagos get that Terra Shift into the medium form, the Terastal form, I think. And now some interesting questions on how this is going to lead out. The Terapagos, this is the Calm Mind variant with Covert Cloak, so the Fake Out will not stop it, but it will at least break the Terra Shell, which can be pretty valuable at the very least. And at the same time, without a Calm Mind up, it doesn't do a whole lot to Galarian Slowking here. We are going to see it go for the Calm Mind, so we'll get that up. The Ogerpon got Fake Outed by the Infernape. That always sounds really weird to say. And we will see Slowking get up the Trick Room. It'll be able to move first next turn. Terapagos, especially in this form, not the fastest Pokemon in the world, but not the slowest either. I always have to base it off of, because what I get to see on the team sheet is the baby form, the pre-Terra Shift form. I'm curious how this is going to play out here, because you could go for the immediate Chilly Reception out, which can go into one of the ice types, either the Lapras or the Calyrex Ice Rider. You can see the move already. You got the Spiky Shield from the Ogerpon. Slowking going for the Acid Spray in that slot. This could be a nice turn for Nicholas if this was a read on the double hit here. And it was. It's going to be that Aura Sphere, the Acid Spray Aura Sphere into that slot. And Terapagos gets another Calm Mind up. This is really big for Nicholas here. You can keep playing this out a little bit slowly. You've got your +2/+2 on Terapagos. And that is one thing about this team that Vivianna has here, is that you've got the Tinkaton with the Gigaton Hammer, and you've got your Calyrex Ice Rider, and that's kind of all of your physical damage. It's not a bad amount of physical damage, but if Terapagos is able to deal with those two Pokemon, if you're able to kind of manage it a little bit, then it's going to get kind of scary in not too long. Slowking will go for the Chilly Reception out here. Ta-da! I just love that animation. We'll see what it switches out into. That's another Regenerator, but didn't take any damage. Nicholas hasn't actually attacked yet. Will be the Lapras coming in here. We'll get that defense boost from the snow. Sing, Life Dew, Freeze Dry, Brine. And Ogerpon's actually going to get taunted. So, wow, Terapagos gets a third Calm Mind now. This is starting to get a bit scary for Vivianna this game. trying to deal with just how big that Stavrakis is getting. Stavrakis does have a slight change. I know it used to be the throat spray with the Sing, now it's just safety goggles. It also means that it can't be redirected on this Sing. It should be slower than Stavrakis, so it could have to... Stavrakis could be in a little bit of trouble having to play around the possibility of that Sing a little bit. It's going to be the Freeze Dry, though, going into the Overpun slot. Would have done spot effective damage. Ooh, and it gets the freeze on the Comfy on the switch-in. That could be pretty big there. The Overheat coming out into the Stavrakis slot. Potentially predicting the Terra right there. Now, a little bit of an awkward choice to make for Nicholas. You can't double protect. You can't even really threaten anything with Comfy right now because of the freeze. Of course, it could break out. But potentially an awkward spot here. We'll see the Infernape switch out. It is Calyrex coming in, so the other Ice type coming in here with that extra defense. Of course, doesn't matter as much when you are facing down a big special attacker. And the Comfy thaws out turn 1. Just goes for the Protect here. I believe this is the last turn of Trick Room, but there's one more after this. Stavrakis will use Sing, and it's not going to connect against Stavrakis, and that is going to be bad news for Vivianna, because that Lapras is going to get absolutely mauled by Terra Starstorm. And it's going to be real difficult to break through this Stavrakis at this point. With the Covert Cloak, you can't stop it with the Fake Out, and I think at this point Nicholas could just go for the Terastal on the Stavrakis and just start launching. We'll see if that's actually what happens here. We will see the Terra run now. There it is, onto the Stavrakis. We can see it in its biggest stellar form. And against the Trick Room team here, it's going to be quite a bit faster. Although Comfy will, of course, move first, and it also stops the snow because of Terraform Zero. Not an interaction you see a whole lot, not with the snow, but certainly contributes. Briano goes for the Fake Out into the Stavrakis. Of course, with the Covert Cloak, not going to do anything. It would have broken the Terra Shell at least, but after the Terastal, it doesn't really matter. And it's going to do about half damage to Calyrex. Absolutely dumps the Infernape, but Calyrex gets to do something here, and we'll see what it is able to accomplish. Goes for the Glacial Lance. See how much damage this does. Decent damage, but certainly not enough to deal with the state that this Calyrex has got, or excuse me, that this Stavrakis has gotten into. And Nicholas in a really good spot to clean up game number 1 here. Especially Comfy. That Floral Healing. Need to look up what Floral Healing does. Look, we can't remember everything. Oh, I get to see it right now. Nice animation. It's just the heal your target. Makes sense. That is what I thought it was. But I had to make sure. Anyways, he healed that Stavrakis all the way up to full. Went for the Terra Starstorm. Calyrex and drop. And Stavrakis just with one more to take down here. Oh, and with the with Calyrex out of the way, the Unnerve Rock can go through. And I think that'll be it for game number 1. And that'll be it with the forfeit. Nicholas with the game 1 victory. Just playing really well around that Stavrakis. I mean, you see the two variants of the Stavrakis being the Choice Specs variant and then that Calm Mind setup variant. The Covert Cloak really came in clutch there, where definitely dissuaded that, not only dissuaded the Fake Out, but also just nullified the Fake Out when it came through. We'll have to see if there's an adaptation here from Vivianna. I'd be curious to see, because, again, that Stavrakis, it did have to protect, so it could have protected away a lot of things. But I wonder what would have happened if it was something like the Acid Spray Aura Sphere into Stavrakis instead. Trying to get that extra damage down there. I think that 4 is pretty much the right plan here. Or at least not a terrible plan, moving forward. It's going to be the same lead on Nicholas' side, and same leads for both sides. Last time on turn number 1, we saw the fake out into the Overpawn, with the Stavrakis getting a Calm Mind off. Ooh, but Nicholas switching things up a little bit, or maybe not. Getting the Ivy Cudgel off, but might not matter. Infernape does have that Focus Sash, and that's what it's for. Stavrakis will get the Calm Mind off. It's actually faster than the Infernape, which is very surprising to me. Will only get the one Calm Mind, though, because the taunt comes down now, and that could make things a little difficult for the Stavrakis trying to go for Protects in the future, especially as that Slowking's going to get the Trick Room down. So Infernape down to 1 HP, but Trick Room is up, and Stavrakis is now not only no longer able to protect, but also no longer able to Calm Mind. Both pretty valuable in this spot. At this point, it might be a game for Nicholas to predict where the Lapras might come in, and again, might come down to that 55% accuracy on the Sing. I like this play from Vivianna, bringing in the Lapras on the slot next to the Slowking. If I was planning this out, I'd probably, if I'm on Nicholas' side, I'd probably say, okay, Chilly Reception's gonna come out here, as it does, and I would have anticipated that Chilly Reception to have brought in the Lapras, but instead it's the hard switch in. We'll see if Nicholas calls this out. Either way, this will do quite a bit of damage to whatever it hits. And it might not even knock out the Lapras, frankly. See the Terra Starstorm, it is into the Calyrex slot. Into about half the HP there. Noverfun with the Ivy Cudgel went into that Lapras slot, the same slot that the Infernape just left, and the Water Absorb means that does nothing. It's the only attack that Overpump has, so it was really the only option there, but it might come down here to a Sing accuracy. And Calyrex does have Gravity. It will actually be able to basically guarantee that Sing. Nicholas has the choice here of either giving up that Calm Mind or potentially having to play this out pretty slowly. No switch here, so we do get the Gravity off. And that means the Sing gets to go down onto the Stavrakis. We'll see the Ivy Cudgel here after the Stavrakis takes a guaranteed sleep turn. There is that Ivy Cudgel into the Calyrex. Shouldn't do a ton of damage, and yeah, it's not going to take it out even with one more there. And this is an option. This is an opportunity now, for Vivianna to really start to get this Calyrex going and try to take control of this game. Nicholas going to bring in a Comfey. Glacial Lance coming through. It's going to block a little bit of the damage with the Terra Shell. And Lapras getting the Life Dew off to heal up that Calyrex from the damage it took earlier. Just enough. Ooh, and the Stavrakis wakes up on turn 2. And that means it gets to go for that Terra Starstorm into the Calyrex. Not enough damage to knock out, but still really nice. Taunt is now off as well, so it can protect if it needs to. Comfey also, it does have that priority. I'd be curious to know if Draining Kiss knocked out the Calyrex from this range. Just 15 HP remaining. That 2-turn wake up on the sleep is really, really important in this game. That could really decide. There's that interaction again, the As-1 switching out and Comfey getting to eat its berry. That means Slowking comes in again. Stavrakis just go for the Protect. Ooh, the double Protect here. Stall out that last, I don't know if it's the last turn Trick Room or not, but it might be close. There is that Sing. Going to be blocked by the Protect. And that was the end of Trick Room. Now after Nicholas, you do have couple of choices and a couple of opportunities here. Could go for a Calm Mind if you want to get a little bit greedy with it. And also just go for that Terra, and it might be Terra Stellar again on that Stavrakis. It is bringing it up to that, that big damage. It'll cut off the snow once again. Get the floral healing from the Comfey. Now we'll see if the Stavrakis, what damage it's able to launch out with that Terra Starstorm. Just +1 this time, not the +3 behemoth that it was before. Will still do quite a bit of damage. Just under half to both of these two. Lapras goes for the Sing and does land a second Sing onto the Comfey. Above odds across the series at this point on the Sing accuracy. And Slowking gets that Trick Room off again. Or it didn't matter for the accuracy because gravity was still up. It only took me 30 seconds to remember that, but the gravity didn't matter because the Trick Room didn't matter. The Sing accuracy, you know what I'm saying. So now we're going to come out here. That is an important thing to note about this Calyrex. It is weakness policy and not Clear Amulet, so the Intimidate would actually affect it. Not that that matters in this instance, but I wanted to mention it for the future. Excuse me. I choked at how bad Slowking's joke was there. Sorry, I got Darren with that one. Calyrex switching back in on the chilly reception there. It could be a little bit dangerous. The Sing did go into the Protect on the Stavrakis there. And Gravity is back off. I gotta check, is the Incineroar... The Incineroar actually... No, it's not. the Incineroar is not slower than all of the other stuff here, but Calyrex is going to switch back out here, and it's kind of dangerous for Calyrex to stay in on that. A knockoff is reasonably likely to come into that slot, and it would have knocked things out there. Fake Out actually what goes into the Lapras slot there, I actually like that quite a bit. It means that Stavrakis just gets to go for another fairly clean Terra Starstorm. Pretty solid damage once again. Not going to be enough to pick up the knockout, but it does mean that Stavrakis can go for a Protect, and Incineroar can try to knock out the Lapras, go for a big knockoff into either, into basically whatever. Like, there's definitely a lot of options for Nicholas here. It's going to be Acid Spray into the Incineroar, drop that special defense for whatever comes in later. Was a Sing, no Protect from Nicholas. Interesting call there. Could still be enough. No, it's a knockoff into the Slowking. It does pick up the knockout, but I guess I'm curious now. It's going to come down to sleep turns in a lot of cases here. Stavrakis will take its first sleep turn here. Red blinking health bars on everything on Vivianna's team here. A Terra Starstorm basically ends the game, and it's just a question of can Nicholas get it off? Can Stavrakis wake up in time to get it done? We'll probably get the Sing onto the Incineroar this turn just to ensure, because even the Incineroar, like, a knockoff knocks out either of these Pokemon right now. And I don't think you're able to knock out this Incineroar just from the spot. Incineroar's going to swap out, might be into that Comfey that's already asleep. Is indeed. So this is a turn that doesn't do a whole lot. Oh, and the Stavrakis wakes up on turn 2 again. It goes for the Protect, though. Calyrex puts the Gravity down. Probably a better idea to go for the Protect this turn, because Sing went into the Comfey, which is already asleep. Twisted Dimensions return to normal, and that should pretty much be game. Stavrakis was able to wake up after that. And yeah, Vivianna's gonna call it as well. Nicholas Stavrakis with the 2-0 victory. a great job piloting that Coal Mine Terrapagos. Vivianna, I like that team, and I've seen it do good work, and it's a testament to how Nicholas played there that he was able to stay calm, figure out the matchup, and basically have it solved pretty quickly. It also is a testament to the fact that the sleep turns definitely went Nicholas's way, even those guaranteed sleeps were those 2-turn wake-ups, and that was certainly a big part of it. We're going to take a quick break. We will be back with round number 2 of our tournament, probably 5 rounds. Who knows? You'll have to find out later when we come back. Bye.